Hello, this is an Oberon tutorial for tests by the University of Brasilia. Okay, for our implementation, we are going to need some kind of softwares. First, we are going to need the SBT of this version, Java JDK 11, and Scala 2.30.1. Okay, since this is an implementation for this is a tutorial for tests, we are going to show how to do a test in Oberon in our implementation. First, you have to create an Oberon file in the folder statements, stmts. Then, first you give the name module and the name of the file. It has to be the same. Then you can begin the algorithm. Type, variables, begin, end module. Here we have our array of integer, banknotes int array, value integer, and the initialization of arrays, and the utilization of for each. Alright, we want to test it. In order to test it, you have to give a test. You have to implement the test for the file. How do you do that? You go to interpret the test.scala, which is in source interpreter. You can see here in the VS Code path. For example, the test for the big crowd of integer banknotes. You have to start like this. Val module scala pass resource statement b banknote int dot oberon. Asset modulo statement is defined. Asset modulo name is banknote int. Modulo accept interpreter. Asset inv lookup y. This y is going to look up to the variable. It's going to see what is the variable and its value. For example, it's going to be some int value 7, and the eval array subscript is going to evaluate if the value is what we want. For example, we want the value int 5, int value 1, 0, and so on. Okay, how do we test it? For Windows, you go to the file of the implementation, cmd. Okay, we have SBT. First, we have to call the SBT software. SBT 1.4.7 and Java 11. Oberon lang. Okay. Then we call SBT again, compile. Actually, we just compile. You don't have to call SBT again. But now we have to call SBT for tests. SBT test or test. Okay, how do you look at any given function here? We are testing any kind of tests that are in the interpreted test.scala and some other implementations like the standard library and the expression type visitor test suites. Okay, if it's green, it's okay. If it's yellow, the test is ignored, and we don't have to evaluate it. But if the test doesn't pass, it's going to be red, and the reason why it didn't pass. For example, int value 2 to 3. It should have been the value 3 and not 2. So the test was wrong. But it's okay. This is a problem about precision. Then this. All of the softwares that are going to be needed are going to be linked in the description below. We can test again by calling SBT test. oops, oh, test, I mean, and failed. The big crowd test of real banknotes. It's not the integer banknotes. For the integer, you actually pass it. So this is our implementation.